Buenos dias, Gunners Collective. Back at it? You already know. Ba-da-ba-ba-ba-ba-ba. Here goes another one. Ba-da-ba-ba-ba. I said, what? Ba-da-ba-ba-ba. Like a torta with a snack habit. Bye-ya. Bye-ya. Hey, bye-ya. All I get is, hey, ba-ba-ba. Ba-da-ba-ba-ba. As you can tell by that thumbnail right there, in the menudo style in direct fashion, we're going to get straight into it. I'm going to give you the exclusive details on what really happened. Orale, ese Talibans. It definitely got snatched. But at the same time, in the meantime, in between time, did Chito Ranas and Swifty Blue snatch old boy's chain? Absolutely not. I got you the real story right here on Gunners Collective exclusively. This is as real as it gets, as true as it gets. The truest shit is always the illest shit and the realest shit. Now look, at the end of the day, people are always going to think what they want to think. They're going to assume, making asses out of themselves, what they think there are. But there's always got to be flowers planted to see who the weeds are, to let the weeds grow around them, right? So in the meantime, in between time, while people are dwelling and thinking about something else, I'm going to hit them with the old school Chicano U-turn. Say that 3 times fast. I said, let me know and let me tell you what's going on. Don't let me know. I'll let you know. You just tell me how you feel about this situation. Now, the other day, a lot of people were making videos that Swifty Blue and Chito Ranas definitely came in possession of a chain from a northern rapper, Talibans, that they had snatched it, that it was in retaliation for, I guess, Chito being pulled up on at a probation or parole office. And we all seen the footage. If you haven't, tap into YouTube, it's there, where it looked like he was being punked. Let's just be real. It looked like people were running up on him and they were calling him all kinds of names and this guy was disrespecting him. But let's really look at the details and the intricacies into what really happened. First and foremost, it's a damn parole office, a parole place, a place of business. Some place you don't gangbang in. There's certain places you can and you can't. Now, I know a lot of you real ones, or supposedly people that call yourself real ones, say, well, you get off where you're mad at, Holmes. It doesn't matter where you're at. If you're woofing that high power shit and if you're really about it, then you'll let them hands fly wherever it may be. Not necessarily in a ring, but let the motherfucking place be the ring, right? And that's fine and dandy. I absolutely felt the same way in the past. But knowing what I know now as a grown adult and having a little bit of smarts about myself, I will say this. There's places and things and times for everything. You know, if this man is sitting down in a parole office, that means there's police officers, there's law enforcement, there's parole and probation agents all around him. So if you're really about that business, there's a fucking parking lot. There's outside. You plot, you plan, you put your plan into motion. You see someone, man, that you don't like. Okay, I caught him slipping. He's lacking. Now I got to get the back to make it happen, right? You do things like that. You don't necessarily have to put them on blast and record and expose them or whatever. From what I seen, the details of that video, it didn't look to me like anybody was getting punked or anybody. It looked like a whole lot of self-telling. It looked like a whole lot of dry snitching. It was like the Vato wanted clout off Chito Ranas' name. So of course Chito was just kicking back. Okay, I'll take that. You know what I mean? I'll take that. Later on, there is retaliation as a must where he's from. Okay, but a lot of people looked at it differently. He got punked. He got, clowned. He ain't really about that action. And people that have smarts and know what time it is know that they ain't trying to get locked up or incarcerated, especially in a place where it's going to get shut down just like that. If you really want to get it to popping, Holmes, parking lot pimp. You know what I mean? There's ways to go out there and handle your business. Wait till he comes out of the building, then approach him on some real gangster shit. Don't record it. Just handle your business, get off where you're mad at, and do it pushing like a real Sacra Norteño does. Real ones that I fucked with or do to this day. Now, trip out. Sacra has always had that respect, Holmes. And I will say this. It doesn't matter if you're north or south from Sacra. You're from Sacra, Holmes, and you wiggle differently. And people respect the wiggleization. Not saying that any other city doesn't wiggle in the same fashion. But at the end of the day, we all know, or those of you that do know, that Sacramento is a little violent. Just a little violent. Never silent, right? They do their thing. So this guy Talibans, I guess he's chainless in Sacra. I guess his moniker on his chain or his whatever you want to call it, got snatched, right? It got taken. But did it get taken by Chito Ranas and Swifty Blue? Well, I'm here to tell you, absolutely not. Dun, 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 dun. Guard! Here's the real story. Fuck me? No, fuck you. Here's the real story, gente. His chain was actually snatched about couple months ago, a few months ago, but not by any Southerners. It was actually snatched, allegedly, by young Northerners who felt some type of way about Taliban. See, I heard something you don't know, and what I know is Taliban's is definitely not in the best of standings. Orale, come over here, the grass is greener. Taliban's, he's not in the best of standings. How he's even doing videos or involving himself with active Northern activities hey, it's beside me. I don't know. It's past my pay grade, I guess, right? But he definitely is known out there in the city of Sacra locally as a Norteño rapper or a rapper of Northern affiliations, okay? But he's not in the best of standings. See, there's a lot of young bucks out there that know about him. He's actually touched that BNLS once or twice in the county jail. So he's not liked like everyone thinks he is. So he's not literally considered in the city of Sacramento an active Norteño. He's not out there pushing in politics. He's not actually out there functioning. So you really get no kudos or you really get no points or trophies from taking someone's chain like that. But anyways, it got snatched up by young Northerners who felt some type of way. They caught him lacking, slipping. He can't get up. And now I'm back on my feet so I could tear shit up, right? They caught him slipping and took his whole little chain oleo, right? Gotta have it. See you later. Hasta la bye-bye. Vámonos. And that's it. Somewhere along the line, Swifty Blue felt that if for no other reason, he should present upon the release of Chito Ranas a present, a trophy, something that he knew would truly make his heart flutter and truly make him happy, right? So he came across this chain. Now, from what I'm hearing by active Norteños out of Sacra, real ones, right, told me that he actually got this chain, he got in possession of this chain because he bought it for Chito. He actually got hit up by these youngsters with the price, like, hey, watch out, what the? I know you're from the other side, not the, not this side, but the other side, the southern side, but still we're really willing and able to do some business with you. And anyways, he came into possession, whether he bought it, whether he didn't, whatever the case may be, he got it because he knew that would make Chito happy. And he presented it to Chito Ranas. And of course, Chito Ranas immediately does a music video ashing out his cigars, his whatever he's smoking, a blunt, a blazy, a glazy, I don't know what you guys call it, what you kids call it nowadays. I call it a fucking joint, right? But he's actually ashing it out and he's spitting all over it, and then he's putting it on around his neck with babas and everything, which I thought was extracurricular activities. But at the same time, at the end of the day, he's a young man. He could do what he wants to do. And a lot of it is by design. Now, of course, having the intricate details and knowing what I know, I knew that he did this as total disrespect to that vato for what that vato did at, of course, the parole office, the probation office. Basically, like, hey, you get me, no, I get you, humps. And that's it. But did he actually chain snatch? Was he actually out there running up on people, taking their shit? No, I know it's supposed to look that way. But remember, looks can be deceiving, gente. Spensa la tira, con permiso. I'm about to shoot a fishing line out with a sopa. It's empty, but it looks like one. Looks can be deceiving. Definitely deceiving. We were deceived as gente, as people. But people love drama. People love drama, so they want to believe, truly believe, that Swifty Blue and Chito Ranas are out there punking Norteños, out there taking their chains in the city of Sacra, out there doing the most, when that's not to be the case. It might have been put out there to present itself and look that way, but I know, like you know, because I'm telling you now, that that's not what happened. It was actually red on red. It was Norteño on Norteño crime, or Norteño on less unfortunate Norteños, or less fortunate. And that's what it was. He got his chain snatched way prior. His chain's been out of his possession for months. ¿Sabes qué? Pensan la tira. They got you. Got him, right? And then, of course, Swifty came into possession. So that's actually what's going on with the big chain mystery. That's actually what really happened, gente. Now, as far as me making videos about Chito Ranas and his plea and his cry for help, I got to thinking about it a little bit more. I got to really looking at it. Could this be by design? Can this be an act that he's portraying or putting on to get more clout or to get more views? At the end of the day, I don't believe him to be a clout chaser. I believe him to be really about his vaudeville, really about his hurt and his pain and his anguish of losing his brother, really about his musical talent, really a Chicano out there doing his thing from the southern side. I really believe that. Only up north. The southern side, but up north, but same thing, you figure it out. That's the way it works nowadays. They're everywhere. That's how it is. And it's all respects. That's it. One thing I truly honestly believe is being affiliated or associated with Swifty Blue does bring you some perks, and at the same time can cause your demise. It can cause your demise because he has a lot of things he needs to figure out in the Los Angeles area. He has a lot of people that don't like him for one reason or another, and it's because of his mouth. It's because of some of the things that he's said or things that he's done in the past or done just quite recently that is definitely going to affect his pocketbook and affect his jawline. That's on him. Now, of course, because he's good friends and he does a lot of association and music with Chito Ranas, people tie them in together and they make birds of a feather flocking together. They make his qualms their qualms. Kind of like me with other people. Hey, you hang around with this guy. You're condoning this. You're condoning that. I don't know shit. That's it. All I know is I do what I does, cousin. I'm going to rock with who I want to rock with. And that's just the way it is. And if you don't like it, Spencer, unsubscribe and don't watch me. Spencer la tira. That's the way it's going to be. You know, and do your fucking research. Do your research. Now, trip out on this, Spencer. Let's get back to Chito. I think a lot of this can be by design, gente. I think a lot of what Chito Ranas is doing is not necessarily a cry for help. Maybe not a plea for the victimizations. What he's doing is by design. See, when you're fucking with a character like Swifty Blue, who has it down, knows how to get his fucking shit buzzing, cousin, knows how to stay in the airwaves, knows how to get those clicks and knows how to get those views, what happens? You know, hey, look, watch out. You're going to play the wrong right there like this, and you're going to have change, you're going to do it like this, and look, you're going to be on. And of course, I believe truly and honestly, people were awaiting the arrival of Chito Ranas to be back on the scene. Very talented rapper. Nobody can deny. Better rapper than Swifty Blue. Let's just keep it real. Gang, I'm just calling it as I sees it, cuz, right? On Power Rope. That motherfucker sings good, right? He raps good. Is definitely talented, but is hated. He's hated out of Sakra. There's no denying it, but he embraces that hate. He says he calls himself a king. He wears that crown and it's heavy on his head. I know, but he embraces that. He says, I don't care. Now, a lot of it was not a cry out for help. Now that I'm starting to look at it from a real angle, the right angle, I could see that a lot of it is for you and me to be manipulated into understanding and thinking that he's really in some way when he's really not. He's playing us all out of pocket and we're all clicking on it because we want to see what he's going to do next. So I want this different. I want to see if he's going to twist the ball on camera. Fuck it, right? But that's not to be the case. A lot of these individuals that do YouTube, that have social media platforms, that are in entertainment, are merely that, in entertainment, right? A lot of it behind the scenes is purely entertainment. It's merely to trick the people, not in a bad way, not to work you for something, not to get for something that you get something out of your pockets to put in their pockets, but to get you to understand or view them as some way when they're really not. They're a different way, okay? You can only be true to yourself, not new to yourself. You can only be yourself. And this is them. Entertainers at the highest degree. Swifty's been doing it. His name stays popping. 6ix9ine. Dig right to the dicks. Wobble, wobble. Stays popping. Why? Because you and me as consumers, we want to see what the hell they're going to do next. If he's going to be hugging a toilet bowl, getting his head stomped in with funny dreadlocks. We need to see that. Because not only is it entertaining and funny to us, but at the end of the day, it's intriguing. Who doesn't like seeing a guy get beat up by the toilet? It just happens that way, right? Now, when it comes to Chito Ranas, we expect someone of gang affiliation, someone of a certain character to carry himself a certain way. And I think we were all flabbergasted. Say that 3 times fast. Word of the day, flabbergasted. Bang, bang, sass. Myself and you, we were all flabbergasted when we seen the Vato literally coming to tears, talking about his brother, talking about not eating for 3 months, talking about paroling from a 3-yard active, talking about a lot of different things and letting everybody know exactly what's been going on with him. Now, we all want to know what he's been going through. But those of us that have been incarcerated and locked down and already went through the motions in the ocean, the Pacific to be specific, we already know what it is to do time. You're on your own. That's it. Nobody really has your back but yourself. Your familia, they're going to love you to the ends of the earth. But at the end of the day, Holmes, they have bills, children, movidas to make, things to do, and you can't hate on them for doing them. I had a brother that sat down for over 22 plus years, 23 years, right? And he got out with a little chip on his shoulder from having the weight of the world. It got colder, right? And it felt kind of like a boulder. But he understands simply that family is family, and that's just the way it is. It's not that time moves on, Holmes. Life moves on. People got things to do. And yes, you were slightly forgotten about. Yes, you might feel that way. But it's up to you as a man to do your time for the crime that you committed. Not them, you, Holmes. And can't expect everyone to do the time with you. It's bad enough your jefito and your jefita have to do the time with you because every day apart from them is a day apart from you. You know, you're taking a piece of their corazon away from them that they can't get back because you fucked it up, right? So you need to understand as a man, in order to be labeled a real one, not a real gangster, but a real man, is you have to do your tiempo like a G on my own. Patty LaBelle, you have to do it on your own. Okay, so when you get out and you didn't eat for 3 months, Spencer la tira, if you had real ones rocking with you, Holmes, you should have ate. Let me tell you, the only time I didn't eat was when I was in the oil. Nobody was eating, right? But when I was on that linea with real ones around me actively functioning, doing what I was doing, There was always comida in my locker. The homeboys made sure I had it when I didn't. You know, I got a friend, man, a good homeboy, and he tells me stories every day. We chop it up every day, and he tells me a lot of prison stories that he can't necessarily tell you guys on YouTube, right? Because of names and details and places and things like that. He just doesn't want to put certain things out there. And I respect his gangster for that. That's real ones. That's a real man, right? But he tells me, you know, that when he was in positions, certain positions, that he would make sure that homeboys that had comida and had it good, had familia taking care of them, had an old lady or whatever, would be sold up with less fortunate homeboys. There's always going to be that homeboy, hey, that's just the breaks, homes. We all have different lives. We all have different families, different characteristics in different ways. And some people struggle. But he made sure that they were sold up together, man, that they sold it with the homeboy that had it like that so that nobody went hungry. Every soldado is worth the same. You're all worth your weight in gold, homes. You're all real ones, you know? So you got to be treated and associated like that. Just because you ain't got it, you might sparkle on the outside and might be able to get them back. And even if you can't, it doesn't matter. If you claim what I claim and I claim what you claim, so let's claim together. Bang, bang. And that's just it. That's what real ones do. You think about others other than yourself. So when you're going through the motions, I haven't eaten in 3 months. I'm fucking hungry. I ate a whole fucking tuba fresh. And it wasn't fresh. Right? I'm going to tell you right now. That's on you. That's on your association and your affiliation. That's on who you kept around you, your circle. When your homeboys turned their neck and turned their back on you and put the other cheek towards your face, they didn't put the mac on you, did the only thing they knew how to do and turn their back on you. What you have to do is understand that and separate yourself from the weeds and the snakes in the garden, homes, and let yourself bloom. Be that flower that smells good, homes. Never let them see you wilt. Never let them see you tire. Success is the best way to get at haters, right? Success is the best way to keep coming up, homes. Don't let no grown man bring you down. Oh, they're going to shoot a lot of arrows and a lot of shots, homes. But as a man, you have to do what you do. That is real knowledge you can't get in college. Orale. There you go, Chito. Now, I believe a lot of it, though, not only was slightly a cry for help, but a lot of it was put on so that way we could feel sorry some type of when we click, and it was for views and for, you know, the new album coming out. Of course, if you got a new album coming out, flesh of my flesh, blood of my blood, right? You're going to have sangre because you want everyone to see and you want everyone to feel your pain and you want to promote it. It's called promoting. That's what social media platforms are here for. Not only entertainment, not only to give you game, not only to give you realness and true stories and old school stories and war stories and things of that nature and people getting hit and people getting bopped on IG and whatever. It's not only for that, it's also to promote what you got going on in other parts of the land. Let's take a trip to the other side of the land where things ain't made for the average man. You know what I mean? You got shit going on. And I know Chito Ranas definitely got a lot going on. But chain snatching from Northerners is definitely not what they got going on. See, that definitely is not what happened. That's not the true story. You might have been tricked to believing that. Other people might have jumped the gun and said that. But I'm here to tell you actual factual from confirmed active norteños de Sacra, real ones that got at me. Holmes was like, hey, gun, come on now. So I was like, tira. You know what I mean? It's making the homies look bad out here. We ain't doing all that. You know, ain't no one snatching nobody coming up off no one's chain out here. That Wop got his chain snatched by the homies, for the homies. And of course, Swifty had the little dividends, the ants, to give to present his homeboy with the trophy. Now, people don't understand about trophies. I remember there was a vault, I'm going to tell you a quick story in Merced. He was a little lightweight rapper, thought he was bad, right? But somewhere along the line, he had decided that he wanted to touch children, okay? Real Megan's Law shit, right? So he decided he wanted to do that, you know, not just touching a girl on her kitty or slapping someone on their ass, but he decided he wanted to touch kids, right? So it was all point bulletin. Everybody was on the scope. Everybody was looking. And I remember that another rapper had presented him with a diamond grill, real diamonds, rubies and shit shining. So I was scared. I'm going to go ahead and eat that. Separate mine from yours. Break bread like Jesus said, right? Órale, Jesus. Watch how he does this. I can't walk on water, I said, but I sure can drink, right? So I'm going to get mines. And I ran into him at a club and, double up, bopped him. I remember him coming up into the club, and I've told the story before. He said, hey, man, what's up, gun? Man, what's cracking? I said, someone's head tonight. Who? You'll know in a minute. Orale, let me know. Oh, I definitely will. Bam. His grill with his 4 teeth were put in my pocket. To this day, this vato knows how to whistle while he works. Why? Because I wanted a trophy. I needed something for myself to show what I did for all of what he done and for all our affiliation back in the days. And then he turned sour, like sourpuss, and went and touched a child. Well, guess what? I touched his 4 teeth. Sasuke, say that 3 times fast. Knowledge you can't get in college. True story. Anyways, it's a trophy, and I felt good about it, and I showed it off. And somewhere along the line, I think one of my baby mamas or some chick stole it from me with the teeth involved, and that was that. True stories. All facts, right? Now, when it comes to Chito Ranas, I definitely believe Swifty Blue got an affiliation with these Northerners, bought it, or somehow came across it, was given to him, and then that's how Chito Ranas came into possession. So no, there were no Southerners snatching Northerners' chains. There was no upstate Norteño beef when it came to that. Their beef is true beef. It's real beef. It's always going to be beef. Holmes, no pork here. Sasuke, where's the beef? It's just what it is, right? That's the part of the game that we live in. Being Mexicano, being a Chicano, Holmes, that's part of the game. We all know it's an ugly situation. We want unity for the raza, most of us. A lot of us are tired of the same old love song, the same old bullshit. So let's put on some Rick James. Ghetto life. We're trying to chill. But at the end of the day, everyone's still playing, it's all about love. They're on the Earth, Wind, and Fire shit, and it's the same old song on repeat. Look, at the end of the day, man, I'm not trying to stir a pot. I'm not trying to cause division between North and South. I just am keeping it real, man. There's no Norteño that got his chain snatched by anyone other than another Norteño with red on red. And that, exactly, gente, is how Chito Ranas came into possession. I hope Chito is able to get everything that he wants. I hope Swifty, along with them, guides him and gives him the right klecha rather than the bullshit klecha just for clicks and views. Because, Holmes, that only works for so long. You could only use my name for so long. Just like I could only use his. And that's just what it is, man. Utilization. The utilization is real, but you have to be real with it. With that being said, I hope that you move smooth with a purpose, get everything that you want coming to you. Shout outs and respects to all the channels, even those that have my name all up in their dick sucker bocas, right? Respects, man. I hope that you win. Oh, hell nah. Only one could do it like I do it, and that's me. Up or down. Heavy's going to be the head that wears the crown. I'm going to continue to strive and struggle to strive for what I truly believe in, and that's keeping it real. But Gunner, you fuck with this guy. Or Gunner, you do this. Or Gunner, you do that. Keep saying my name 3 times fast. That's it. Maybe you can get views. Gun. Bang, bang.